Man yadha is whoever is distracted. Rasulullah said, even with the stones, because there was no carpet in the day of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they would set in a kind of a carpet made of stones. So if you play with the stones, it's lahu. Let alone praying and the khatib is talking and somebody is checking his emails or something. Like the world is going to come to an end. Really interesting. So please make sure you focus on the khutbah. Maybe you're going to get out of it with one lesson that ask Allah Azza wa Jal to get you and me in Jannah for it. Ameen. So brothers and sisters, as we are approaching Ramadan, we stopped our series of talks about the funun ad-da'wah ila Allah Azza wa Jal, the art of da'wah. And we had almost about 15 different khutbahs. بفضل الله ومنته وحوله وقوته. And we decided last week to pause because of the guest that is coming around the corner. The most important guest you can ever have in your house. The most important guest you can have in your life. It's Ramadan. May Allah Azza wa Jal make me and you and our beloved ones reach Ramadan. Make it, Ya Rabbi, the best Ramadan ever to come to this ummah and left all the oppression in our countries of the Muslim ummah. Say Ameen. The fact of the matter is, last khutbah, we talked about the significance of Shahr Shawwal. And I'm going to remind you quickly, inshallah, we're going to wrap it up. The first khutbah will be a reminder, and the second khutbah will be about innovation of the Shahr of Sha'ban. We said last khutbah that we have this month that Rasulullah ﷺ was directly asked by Usama ibn Zayd ibn Hibb Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam about why Rasulullah ﷺ is fasting a lot in Sha'ban. And we mentioned so many reasons why Sha'ban is so significant. 3 of them that was mentioned in that authentic narration. Number 1, هو شهر يغفل الناس عنه بين شعبان بين رجب ورمضان. So people are heedless. The heedlessness, غفلة. أعوذ بالله من الغفلة. Say Ameen. People are heedless about this month because you've already had the sacred month, Rajab, Mudar, and they are preparing themselves for Ramadan. So they caught up in between. So Sha'ban is a kind of a time of ghafla for so many people. We elaborated on what it means ghafla, heedlessness. And we said that Allah Azza wa Jal will look at people who stand out at the time of ghafla. And we said the evidence for that. The best prayer that you can be as close as possible to Allah the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala is before Fajr. Why? Because it's a time of heedlessness, time of ghafla, time of people sleeping. And you stand up praying and asking Allah Azza wa Jal. The time of ghafla, the people kind of, for example, one of the most precious du'as of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, huwa du'a al-subh. When you go to the market, and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say, لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. There is no God but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has the sovereignty and He has the ruling and the governing of people. And all the good stuff in His hand subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He is capable of everything, of doing everything. وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Could you imagine, brothers and sisters, and this is an authentic narration, that Allah Azza wa Jal will get you million hasana, alf hasana, alf hasana, la ilaha illallah. Yes, Rasulullah sallallahu la yantiqu an al-hawa, sallu ala man salla alayhi mawla, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. It's going to be 1 million. Alf means 1 million. And Allah Azza wa Jal is going to expiate and cleanse and erase and delete out of your records alf sayyi'ah. Allah Akbar. 1 million bad deeds. And Allah Azza wa Jal, not only that, Allah Azza wa Jal is going to build a house for you just by saying this line. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. When you get to the souk, to the market, to the mall, why? Why it's so special? Because it's a place of ghafla. Everybody is going to buy something or sell something. Everybody is so much indulged in dunya. Which means you have no time to make dhikr. But in this time, as you are walking into this souk or market or mall, you are saying the hadith and you got all the 3 rewards from, as Rasulullah ﷺ mentioned. So, Shahr Sha'ban is a month, as Rasulullah ﷺ, a month of heedlessness. People get distracted preparing for Ramadan. Number 2, Allah Azza wa Jal will have a presentation of your deeds through the year. And we said 3 points, 3 sub-points after point number 2. So point number 1 is the ghafla. Point number 2 is the deeds are presented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Underneath this point we have 3 sub-points. Number 1 is you have a daily presentation of your deeds and projection for your deeds, which is Fajr and Asr. Correct? And you have a weekly presentation of your deeds, and we have 2 narration of this. The strongest one is every Monday and every Thursday, Allah Azza wa Jal got a presentation of your work by the Malaika. And the 3rd presentation of your deeds is the annual one, which is in Sha'ban. Here is the significance of this month, where we have to really show Allah Azza wa Jal some sort of interest in what we're doing. You're not just praying, no. You're really enjoying your prayers. And you're not just fasting, you're really enjoying your fasting. And you do it for Allah. And you hide it from people. And I talked about that last week, so I'm not going to repeat myself. The 3rd reason of the significance of Sha'ban is Rasulullah ﷺ used to fast because he loved, peace be upon him, to have his work, and he is who he is, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He loved to be fasting while Allah Azza wa Jal is checking out his deeds. So we get the sunnah. We said that Imam Ibn Rajab al-Hanbali, one of my favorite actually, said Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to prepare, the significance of Shahr Sha'ban is actually by extension of the importance of Shahr Ramadan. So when you stand next to the president, you're special, if that makes sense. Sha'ban happened to be before Ramadan, so Ramadan is so special. Ramadan gave the importance for Sha'ban. That's number 4. Al-Imam Sam'ani added something very interesting about the significance. So this is the 5th point. Now Rasulullah ﷺ used to share his households. Salama wa Aisha wa Maymuna and his wives. They used to make up days that they didn't fast in Ramadan. Which something that's a side note, if anybody, especially sister side, didn't actually make didn't make up these days, please go ahead and do it. And I'm gonna say why in a little bit. So number 5 is what Al-Imam San'ani rahimahullah said, that he used to share this time with them fasting, so they are not fasting by themselves. How sweet of sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sallallahu salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Ameen ya Rabbil Alamin. So we covered the why Sha'ban is significant, and we are going to talk a little bit about innovations of Sha'ban. And the Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, hadith عائشة في سنن النساء, من أحدث في أمرنا هذا ما ليس منه فهو رد. وفي رواية مسلم من عمل عملا ليس عليه أمرنا فهو رد. It means if somebody will innovate, invent something that Rasulullah ﷺ didn't say, or the Quran verse of all didn't mention, or Rasulullah ﷺ didn't practice, this is rejected. This is rejected. So, al-ibadat in Islam is tawqifiyya. Tawqifiyya means what? There must be a nas, there must be a practice of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there must be aqim as-salata, there must be do it. Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli. So it's not about how you feel, it's not about what you like and what you dislike. No. That's why our deen is preserved. Because we are not inventing this deen. اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. So no innovation. That's why I have a problem with people saying تجديد الخطاب الديني. تجديد الإسلام. Or Islam does not need to be renewed. Sorry.
That's the season.
Islam needs to be maintained the way Allah Azza wa Jal, clean from the sources. Clean from the sources of Al-Quran and Sunnah al-Ijma' al-Qiyas. So anyway, what happened? That people take it in their hands and decide to do ibadat, which we agreed upon that it is tawqifiyya, that you cannot do ibadat, you cannot pray Maghrib 5 rak'ahs because you feel great tonight. Neither you can pray Isha 2 rak'ahs because you feel down tonight. It's not your right, it's not my right. It's a very well-defined deen. Allahumma amitna ala deen. So people decided to do things like Shab Barat. I am not sure if I'm pronouncing correctly or not, but I tried to do a research about this. Shab is a Persian word, means night, and Barat is from the Arabic word Bara'a, that they mentioned the Marbuta, they pronounce it, so hiya laylatul Bara'a. This is how it is. And they've come with tons of innovation and bid'ah. Especially in the Asian part of the world, like our brothers and sisters in Pakistan, Bangladesh, and India, and some other countries, like Egypt, for example. I saw some practice like this. Salat al-Alfiyya. That's a bid'ah. Ma anzal Allah biha min sultan. You pray 100 rak'ah, you read every rak'ah, Qul huwa Allahu ahad 10 times. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't do that. You single out Laylat al-Nisf min Sha'ban was something that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam doing. Are you trying to tell me you're doing better than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Astaghfirullah, hashahu sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hashahu sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It cannot be, it can never be acceptable, mentally wise. So you're suggesting that you do something that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't do. The hadith that was mentioned, إذا جاءتكم ليلة النصف من شعبان فصوموا نهارها وقوموا ليلها. When it happened that you come across ليلة النصف من شعبان, the night of Shab Barat, so fast during the day and pray during the night. This hadith makzoob. And people who studied the hadith, that's not my field, but the people who studied the hadith, they said there is a big difference between hadith da'if الحديث مكذوب. It's fabricated. Like شعبان شهري رجب شهري وشعبان شهر الله ورمضان شهر أمتي. Fabricated hadith. Around this time of the month and around this blessed months, you will find a lot of hadith. You cannot depend on Sheikh Google. You can't. You cannot take your deen from Sheikh Google. Then we come to some sort of people gather in the masjid, light up the masjid with a lot of, it's like a day off. Some brothers told me. It's a day off, and it's, by the way, it's Thursday coming. And they start gathering in the masjid. I would highly recommend you not to come to the masjid during this night. Because we cannot do stuff trying to worship Allah in a different way and a fashion that it is different from Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Rasulullah sallam said that إِذَا انْتَصَفَ شَعْبَانُ نُ فَلَا تَصُومُ. So when it comes the 15th of Sha'ban, don't fast. Is that contradicting with Rasulullah sallam, as Aisha said in the authentic hadith? He fasts most of Sha'ban? It does not. Why? Because it was the habit. It was something habitual and customary for Rasulullah sallam to fast the 3 nights, the 3 white days, which is upon us. I highly recommend you, highly, and please listen carefully. Tuesday, coming, Wednesday and Thursday, 13th, 14th, and 15th. If you fast these 3 days as if you fasted the whole month. One thing. Another thing for pragmatic people, you're gonna train yourself to Ramadan. So you got the troublesome out of your way and enjoy the sweetness of Ramadan. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us min Ahl Ramadan, Ya Rab. Ameen. So please, brothers and sisters, you can fast these 3 days according to Hadith Abi Huraira, Awsani Khalili, and the masjid is sending this note out every month. So Rasulullah ﷺ didn't single out Sha'ban for this, correct? He does that every month. So don't do something that has to exclusively concern with the night of the 15th of Sha'ban. Are you like to pray? If you pray every night, go ahead and pray every night. Fine. Rasulullah ﷺ used to pray 8 rakahs every night. And when he missed them, for whatever reason, he will pray after Fajr to make up for his sunnah. We don't have to make up for the sunnah, but Rasulullah ﷺ is a different level. Sallu alayhi, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. He has a different level. He will make up for his voluntary ibadah. We don't have to make up for our voluntary ibadah. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So, the fasting of these 3 days is highly recommended. And it would be great if you get your family together and have iftar together and get the spirit of Ramadan. Okay? The other thing that I'd like to discuss with you, brothers and sisters, is even when you're home, don't make it like a festival. We have 2 festivals in Islam. What are the 2 festivals? Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. There is no Mother Day and Father Day and Uncle Day and Grandfather Days and the Farmer Day and the... No, we don't have all of that. We have only 2 Eids. So we don't want to make Eids of our own, just inventing Eids. Okay? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We all know that the best day is what? Al-Jumu'ah. According to the authentic hadith. And the best month is Ramadan. And the best night is Laylatul Qadr. And the best masjid is Al-Masjid al-Haram. And the best prophet ever walk on earth is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So how would you do things that he didn't do? أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. So brothers and sisters, there is a saying that I will repeat because it's really crucial. The ulama said, it's not a hadith. The ulama said, Rajab is planting time. Sha'ban is watering time. Ramadan is reaping time. So if you'd like to get ready for Ramadan, it's now. Devils are very active. You know why? Because they're going to lock up. They're going to be locked up in Ramadan. So they are just trying for the last legs of this before Ramadan come, because they're going to be locked in to do something. Until, okay, let's do this and let's do that. Because it's Ramadan. And when Ramadan starts, I'm going to give it up completely. You are not playing games with God. Number one, you don't know whether you're going to catch up Ramadan or not. Death does not knock at the door. Number two, if you'd like to make tawbah while your report card is being presented to Allah Azza wa Jal. And your report card for the whole fiscal Islamic year, if you will, is Sha'ban. Now, not Ramadan, according to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So, I'd like to end up my speech with the importance of reading Quran in Sha'ban. The Sahaba, the companions, used to read Quran, and Ammar ibn Yasir, in the authentic narration, used to get prepared for Sha'ban at the same fashion he got prepared for Ramadan. It's like somebody is going to have a final game, like UGA against some other university. And he didn't do any exercises. So what's going to happen when he gets into the match? Yeah, exactly. You're going to get a run out of gas. You don't find oxygen anymore because you're not used to it. So you won't be able to finish the 15 minutes, let alone the whole game. If you'd like to be serious about Ramadan, go ahead now and show Allah Azza wa Jal. Roll up your sleeves and say, Wallahi, I swear to you, Ya Allah, I'm going to have the best Ramadan ever yet to come in my life. Are you sure about that? If you're faithful and sincere, Allah Azza wa Jal will help you. He knows ما كان وما سيكون وما لم يكن كيف كان إذا كان. He knows what's going to happen even before it's happened. What if it's not going to happen? How it's going to happen if it happened? Don't ask me to explain that again. So, it's time for now. It's time for tawbah now. It's time to check out your risk, your provision, what is halal and what is haram. Because when you make dua, إن الله طيب لا يقبل إلا طيبا. Allah Azza wa Jal is good. He won't accept anything that is not good. It's your time. Make their calculations, all your calculations. The last point, guys, that Allah Azza wa Jal is coming according to the authentic hadith. يطلع الله على عباده في ليلة النصف لشعبان فيغفر لجميع الأمة للمؤمنين. اللهم اجعلنا منهم. Allah Azza wa Jal will expiate and forgive all his slaves except for two categories. Watch out. Maybe this is a takeaway lesson. Watch out, brothers and sisters. Number one, mushrik, associating someone with Allah Azza wa Jal by visiting graves
Al-Hassan wal-Hussein wal-Imam X, al-Imam al-Askari, al-Imam Y, nothing, this is shirk. On the top of my lungs, this is shirk. And you need to tell your family back home, don't do that. You cannot even go to the Rasulullah sallallahu Sayyidi waladi Adam wala fakhr sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to ask him to do stuff for you. You are not allowed in Islam. Only ask, إذا سألت فاسأل الله وإذا استعنت فاستعن بالله. When you ask whom? Allah Azza wa Jal. And when you seek help from whom? Allah. That's it. That's what we learn. That's our teacher told us. So, you need to apply that. You need to get that manifested in your way of life. So, number one, Allah Azza wa Jal will not forgive any mushrik in this night. Number two, Allah Azza wa Jal will X out mushahin. It's not mushahin al-mobile, la. Mushahin means somebody has some grudges, hatred to his brothers. And from the member of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I announce as Adil Amir that I forgive all the Muslims in the world. Wallahi, from my heart. Wallahi. And I am such a poor guy that have tons of sins. And I'm afraid this night will come, which Thursday night. And Allah Azza wa Jal will X my name out. Say A'udhu Billah. You cannot afford it, brother. Wallahi, you can't. Look at your work. Look at your deeds. We don't even focus on prayers. You cannot afford that your name is not in the records of those people who Allah Azza wa Jal forgive all of them. Qata Rahim, you still have a problem with your sister because of a stupid land? You still have a problem with your father because he asked you to do X and Y? You still don't know to deal with your kids and have this Qata Rahim? You cut off the womb of your family. Allahumma inni ushhiduka, I bear witness that I forgive all my brothers and sisters. All my brothers and sisters before it comes, and Allah Azza wa Jal will find our names, Ya Rab, among those you forgave them all their deeds, all their bad deeds, and magnify all their good deeds. May Allah Azza wa Jal accept us. And may Allah Azza wa Jal put us among those people who will forgive. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us reach Ramadan. Purify our hearts before Ramadan. Get us ready for Ramadan so we get the best out of Ramadan and make this Ramadan the best Ramadan ever yet to come to this ummah. اللهم وفقنا لما تحبه وترضاه. اللهم وفق طلبة وطالبات UGA يا رب العالمين. اللهم تقبلهم يا رب العالمين. Those who finish their graduation, may Allah Azza wa Jal open doors of risk for them. Make them away from the shayateen al-ins wal-jinn. Allahumma get our kids to marry good Muslims and our girls to marry good Muslims, and make our families in the United States of America an example for all families around the world. Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-khayra kullah ajilahu wa ajilah ma alimna minhu wa ma lam na'lam wa na'udhu bika min ash-sharri kullih ajilihi wa ajilih ma alimna minhu wa ma lam na'lam. Allahumma kulli ikhwanina al-mustad'afina fi kulli makan كلهم ولا تكن عليهم. اللهم أطعمهم كما أطعمتنا واسقهم كما سقيتنا وآوهم كما آويتنا واحملهم كما حملتنا. اللهم آمنهم في دورهم كما آمنتنا. اللهم اغفر لوالدينا. اللهم اغفر لوالدينا. اللهم اغفر لمن مات منهم وارحمه رحمة واسعة والحقنا بهم في الصالحين. اشف مرضانا وارحم موتانا وخيب أعداءنا ولا تخيب فيك رجاءنا إنك يا ربنا سميع قريب مجيب الدعاء. قولوا قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم وأقم الصلاة.